I know it's been a really long time since I've filmed, please excuse that, but I've just got back to Milan yesterday. I arrived yesterday morning, and I wanted to start a new video today because I haven't filmed in about 4 weeks. So I took a little break over the Christmas and New Year's period just because I was with my boyfriend's family and we were just like relaxing and spending time with the family, and I didn't really feel like picking up my camera. So I'm back and I've got a whole bunch of new videos planned for the new year. But just to start off this vlog, it's going to be like a little intro into 2021. I'm here in the apartment now in Milan and I've just spent the whole morning like planning all of my new content, all of my new like photos and my articles that I'm writing for my job. So I've just been like planning all of that out and yeah, just getting my life sorted basically. It's definitely been a slow start to the new year, I'm not gonna lie. Like I've been quite, I don't know, just because when the new year starts, usually for me it's like summer, I'm feeling like really motivated and you know, ready to tackle the new year, but it's really cold, it's really miserable, and yeah, I don't really know how to how to navigate myself in this kind of situation, because this is my first time kind of in this, in the cold in the new year, and come back to Milan kind of by myself. My boyfriend is still at his family's place and he's gonna come in about 10 days time, but I wanted to come back just because I find it easier to like work from here. I get a lot more done and I felt like my holiday period was over, so I came back here just to like get back into things, and we'll see each other again in about 10 days or to 2 weeks, because Milan has just gone into another lockdown, so we're technically considered a red zone again. So that means that like it isn't that strict, but it technically is the strictest of the measures. So you're only supposed to go out for like essential things, but you are allowed to like go out and meet friends and things like that as long as there's just 2 people at one time. So you can go out and like meet one friend, or you can go to one other household as long as there's just 2 people. So that's kind of the rules at the moment. But I've just I wanted to show you guys my new diary as well. This is the diary that I'm going to be using for 2021. I actually used, it's from An Organized Life. I actually used this diary but in the smaller version, like the A5 version last year, I'm pretty sure. But I just found it like it wasn't quite big enough for like the to-do list of things that I wanted to do, so I decided to go with the bigger size for this year. And also it's going to help me like to plan out all my work and everything like that. And I found that I was like writing in random notebooks as well, and I just wanted to have like everything in the one book. And because it is so big as well, I wanted to like also add in some photos, because there's a bunch of different sections that you can enter like things in. It has like New Year's resolutions, my favorite moments from 2021. So as I start to have some favorite moments, I suppose, from this year, I want to like print out a bunch of photos and stick them in, just so, you know, just for keep time's sake. Is that the phrase? I'm not sure. But yeah, just for the memories like as the year goes on. So I think that's a little like a really nice little touch as well. So yeah, that's all I really have to catch you guys up on. I was just walking, like when I arrived, sorry, it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before, back to Milan. The first day I got back here, there was like no food in the house, so I like went for a walk and did the big kind of grocery shop, and it was so weird. I was saying to my boyfriend, like, just not having him around, it felt so different, because we've basically spent like, well, every day for the past 2 months now together, and after 10 months of not seeing each other, that was so needed and just so nice. But it's so weird like being here without him now, just because I'm so used to like seeing him every second of every day and like being together all the time. So it's definitely like a different feeling, and I really miss him already, and it's only been like 2 days. So I'm here actually with his old flatmate. He's here for the next like 2 weeks or so, to like get all his things together and everything like that, because he's actually moving out with his younger brother in like a place that's close to here as well. So he's going to be leaving in about 2 weeks when my boyfriend comes back. So yeah, that's the situation. But yeah, what else do I have to catch you guys up on? I don't know, I just wanted to make this vlog as like a little catch up, a little intro into the new year, because this is my first video of the year. So welcome back to my channel, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. I'm gonna make it kind of like a little weekly vlog, I suppose, and bring you guys along with my week. So there's not much happening. It's very rainy and miserable outside, but hopefully with the weekend we can get some more sunshine and like pep ourselves up for the new year. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. I'm coming along with my week, and I'll check in with you guys a bit later. So I've just been sitting here for the past few hours just doing some work, choosing my content schedule for the next month or so. So with my job, we actually decide on our content schedule. So now, for example, it's January, it's the 21st of January, and I'm writing already for my March content. So it's done quite a bit in advance, but not too long ago, only last week I believe, I wanted to write like a news piece that was highly based on like timeliness and newsworthiness like within that time frame, and it was about Bottega Veneta's exit from social media, which I found to be super interesting. So what I did was I was pitching like a bunch of my research to my editor, and I said, look, I really want to write this. Is it possible that we can add in like a bonus piece, I guess, for the month? And so it's kind of flexible like that, in that although most of the content, like the brand related content, is scheduled really far in advance, there is the possibility to also contribute like your own research and various stories that you want to write about or that you're interested in, and you can actually just pitch them and see what they say. And usually it's fine, you know, if you have like all the relevant research and it's newsworthy and things like that, then it's totally fine to go ahead, which I really love. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to link that piece in the description box below, because I think some of you might find it really interesting, and I don't know, like some of you might not even know that already if you don't like follow the fashion industry or like the digital fashion space. You might not even know that they had like deleted all their social media, their Twitter, their Instagram. I don't know if they had Facebook, probably Facebook as well. They deleted everything, kind of went all offline, and it's quite interesting considering that in 2020 all the fashion shows, you know, went from physical to virtual in a lot of situations because of the pandemic, and you know, we couldn't meet face to face for a really long time. And it's interesting to, I guess, analyze that going like how it coincided with that shift, and how it's quite an interesting contrast, because during a time where things have been like increasingly digital and everything has been like pushed, even more so online and on Instagram and things like that, their decision to leave Instagram seems kind of ironic and counterproductive. And I really delve into the details of all of that in my article. So if you want to give that a read, I'd love for you to go and read it. Could be interesting. You could learn something about, I don't know, fashion if you're interested in that kind of thing. Good morning, guys. So today is Saturday, so it's the start of the weekend. Usually on Saturdays I still have like a normal, I guess, work day. Since I do work freelance, I do kind of like schedule out my day as just like a normal day in the week kind of thing, because I don't know, I really enjoy my job, and at the moment outside there's not really much you can do given the red zone and everything here in Milan. So what I want to do today is just write a couple of articles. I've got about 2 that I want to write today, and then I have this morning, I worked out for 20 minutes, so I really like to start my day like that, just like getting up and getting the day started on a good note. So I did that, had a shower, had my coffee, and then after that I like to just like relax for a little bit before I get stuck into work. So I've already started a little bit of work for today and it's about 11:30. I'm still having my coffee. I like to drink it in this big cup. It usually takes me like literally an hour to drink it, but I really like it like that, just like taking my time with my morning. So I've written everything that I want to do in my diary for today. Tomorrow, and I'm really quite sad about this because usually my boyfriend's here and we have like a little Sunday routine that we do together. We usually get up really early and we go for a little walk together to the newsstand, and we go and get our, like, he gets the newspaper, I get my like my magazine. I usually get a Vogue or something of that kind of genre. And then on the way back we go and get a croissant and a coffee, and we come back to the apartment, which is what we've been doing lately. We come back to the apartment because you can't really eat breakfast out, like you can't really sit there at the cafe. So we come back here and we sit at the table together and we're just like reading and having our coffees and eating our breakfast, and it's just so wholesome and so nice. And tomorrow will be the first Sunday that's without him, so he's still got another like week or so in the south and then he's gonna come back, but I'm pretty sure he's like booking his flight either today or tomorrow, so we'll just see. There's just a little bit of coordinating that has to go on for him to do that. So yeah, that's my Saturday. I might go out later and meet my friend for a coffee, but I'm not sure yet. Depends how much work I get done. I'm sorry about the lighting here. It's raining outside, so it's like super dark in the apartment. But I wanted to show you guys my outfit for today. So I'm literally just hanging around the house. But I've got some new things in just yesterday from Weekday Store. So I wanted to show you guys what I picked up. I got these really cute, like oversized t-shirts. I love wearing this kind of thing around the house. They're super comfortable. But yeah, I love wearing this kind of thing around the house because it's just super comfy. These pants are the ones I literally wear all the time. They're from Uniqlo. And this top, as I said, is from Weekday Store. It's just their oversized t-shirt, and I'm pretty sure it's a men's t-shirt, but I really prefer the fit of men's t-shirts a lot more than women's t-shirts because I feel like a lot of the time I don't like really short sleeves in t-shirts. I prefer it to be a little bit longer. It just kind of fits my style a little bit better. So I got two of the white one, I got a grey one, and I got a few different tank tops. So I wanted to show you guys all the tank tops I got. It's a really good price for the kind of quality you get, so that's why I really like Weekday Store. And since I'm I don't know why I just clicked, and since I'm in Europe at the moment, it was free shipping on all orders over I think 30 euros. That may be wrong. It might be free shipping on all orders. I'm not 100% sure about that. But since it is a European based store, I didn't have to pay too much for shipping. So if you guys are based in Europe as well, and you want to check out these t-shirts, I might just show you guys a little bit closer. It might be a little bit better for you to see, but as you can see, it is super oversized, but I really like it like that. So I just like kind of tuck the front in like this to my black pants, and I literally wear these all the time. I still have my slippers on. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the other things that I got as well. So as you guys will be able to see, I got basically the same tank top in 3 different colors. I got a black one, and I really just love the cut. I think it's a really flattering kind of cut. I got a black, I got kind of like a beige color, and I got, of course, a white. I got them in a size extra small as well. They are quite a tight fit. I could have gone to the small just for like a little bit more comfort, but they do fit me fine. And the good thing is, like, you don't really have to wear a bra with them as well because they are so tight that they'll kind of like hold everything in for you. And I also got this t-shirt, which is basically exactly the same as the white one that I got. And I got 2 of the white ones. So this is the other white one I got as well. But super happy with that. And for all of these, I can't remember how much it was, but it really was really affordable. So that's why I really like this store, because you do get like a really high quality product, but it is still really affordable. And for people on a budget like myself, it's really, really convenient. So I did something yesterday that was so stupid. I sat on, because we have these curtains, and sometimes they accidentally go like onto the chair. And yesterday I was just like going to sit down on the chair, and I sat accidentally on the curtain instead, because it was kind of resting on the chair, and it pulled down like the rod that the curtain is on, and it literally almost fell down. I think one of the screws has come out of the wall, so I have to figure out how to fix that before my boyfriend comes home, because we have this joke that I'm so heavy-handed with things that I just break things. Like I chip plates, I break cups, just like everything, because I'm super quick whenever I do something. And my family literally says the exact same thing about me as well, that like I'm just really not careful when I do things, and it's really bad. Like I really need to work on that, but I like being super efficient and super quick with everything that I do. So every time that I'm cooking, I'm like washing dishes, usually I manage to break something, and if it's not the dishes, it's the freaking curtain rod. So I need to figure out how to fix that, but I can't reach, it's too high and we don't have a ladder, so I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna try and figure that out before he gets back. Otherwise he's going to be annoyed at me, but it's fine. It's fine, it's nothing new. I'm just going to do like a bunch of other housework and clean the whole apartment before he gets back, to kind of make up for the mistake that I've made, but it's fine. This entire video is literally just me kind of sitting and talking to you guys, but I felt like I needed to have you know, a little catch up for the new year. Being my first video of the year, I wanted to talk you through some of my goals for the year, some of the things that I've set out. So they're, you know, both in terms of life goals, personal goals, professional goals, things like that. One of the reasons why I really like this diary is because it allows you to reflect on kind of everything that you've done for the past 5 years. And I've written a bunch of things that, so it says like 2016, 2017, 18, 19, and 20. And obviously last year was a really difficult year for a lot of people. And a lot of the time I felt like I, you know, wasn't really achieving anything, and that I was kind of just like waiting for it to be over, because I was feeling quite miserable, kind of waiting around for like to come back here and see my boyfriend again. So a lot of the time I felt like I wasn't achieving anything, and you know, it was just a really difficult year. So I find having this just really helps to remind yourself that no, like you actually did achieve something, and that it's really it can really kind of boost your mood and just remind you that no, like you were doing things that were productive, and you were doing things to better yourself. And it also has a section that it says like the highs, the lows, my achievements, areas for improvement, and reflecting back on 2020 I'm proud of. And you can fill it in and really personalize it. Yeah, I mean, it's quite a personal thing, but I wanted to just like mention that I really would recommend this diary. So I'm gonna read you guys my 2021 New Year's resolutions. And usually I'm not a big fan of New Year's resolutions, because I'm a big believer of, you know, if you want to change something, do it today, like do it now. It doesn't have to be the start of a new year, it doesn't have to be a Monday. You know, it can be whenever you want, whenever you feel like you want to take action in some kind of area of your life. You can really do it whenever you want, whenever you feel like you need a change. So my first one is, remember that how you spend your days is how you spend your life. So essentially, you know, what you do every single day is going to, you know, every day makes up your life. Your days make up the weeks, make up the months, make up the years. I'm really trying to focus this year on doing something every day that I know that my future self is going to thank me for. So, you know, it might be working on something that makes me feel good, you know, prioritizing a good morning routine, prioritizing the little things that make me happy, you know, taking it slow sometimes. And yeah, that's really, really important for me because especially in 2020, like I was saying to you guys before, I spent a lot of time waiting, and I realized looking back that basically all of 2020, well, for a lot of it, for too much of it, I was spending, you know, waiting for the restrictions to ease, waiting to be able to come back to Italy. And my mind was so focused on waiting around that I realized that I missed like an entire year of my life. You know, my mind was playing tricks on me. And although I believe that, you know, you need to take it a little bit easier on yourself, and don't forget that, you know, we're going through a pandemic and it was really difficult on everyone, but at the same time, I don't want to waste my life waiting around for an external source to tell me like when I can start doing something again, because there are so many things you can do, you know, internally, in your own home. You can work on relationships, and everything like that, your communication, how selfless you are, how caring you are and kind you are. You could work on your cooking, you could work on being a better person, etc., etc. So the next one that I wrote is to take action, and always remember to take inspired action. So I'm really a believer in manifesting and in the law of attraction, but I feel like a lot of the time when people talk about it, the step of actually taking action and taking inspired action is missing or not really explained very well. So I wanted to talk about that for a second, because it's really important that, you know, you can think about something as much as you want, but if you're not taking inspired action each day to get you one step closer, it doesn't have to be something big, but just something that is really purposeful and is really going to help you to get to your goals is really important. So number 2 is take action. Number 3 is there are better ways to take a break than watch a movie or stay inside. And this for me definitely means to read more books, to spend more time with people that I love. And it doesn't necessarily mean isolating myself and just, you know, sitting in my room and watching a movie or putting on a face mask. It doesn't have to be those typical kind of self-care things that have to dictate taking a break. You know, I really realized the value this year. I think I was reminded of the value of spending time with people you love. I spent a lot more time with my family at home. I spent a lot more time with my mum. Since I was off work for a lot of the start of the year, I spent a lot of time there, which I usually don't get to do because she lives so far away from me. So I think that is something else that I really want to continue on in this year. The 4th one is to relinquish control and let life inspire you as it unfolds. So for me, this means that because I am someone who, I really like being in control. I really like planning. I like planning ahead and knowing, I guess, what's coming. But I feel like a lot of us had the illusion before, you know, prior to 2020, prior to the pandemic, that we had control, or we somehow, you know, there somehow was this certainty. But you know, there's never a certainty. It's really just an illusion of certainty and an illusion of control that I guess we only realized, or it was certainly heightened when, you know, all these restrictions came into play and the world completely changed and we couldn't travel, we couldn't see a lot of our loved ones. And you know, I think we forgot that we never had control. Like, we were never in control, and life is going to unfold how it's going to unfold. And I think that we really need to, well, I'm making this one of my personal goals, is that I really want to work on how I react to external challenges. because I feel like I spent a lot of time being angry, being frustrated, taking it out on people around me, and that really was not productive for them or for myself. So that's another thing that I think is really, really important. And the last one is do not ruminate. I am such an overthinker, and it can really be to my detriment 95% of the time. So more often than not, I spend way too much time overthinking about things that I could have done better, or I could have done differently, or, you know, I could have achieved sooner if I had done it in a different way or something like that. But I think it's really important to remember to keep moving forward and to just don't think about things that have happened in the past. Just focus on moving forward and focus on the present moment and what you can do now to improve yourself and your behavior and your relationships and your life. So they're my New Year's resolutions. I hope that, you know, they could maybe inspire some of you guys to implement some of these into your own life. They're not, I guess, typical resolutions like buy a new car, or, you know, I don't know what other people write as their resolutions, but they're really about internal, you know, self-improvement and things that I know are going to really better my life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and make sure to subscribe, because I know I haven't uploaded in a really long time, but I'm gonna start getting more consistent now that I'm back in Milan and now that I'm back in my space. So yeah, give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and make sure to subscribe for new videos every single week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video.